There. Okay. There's occasionally some names pop up that I don't recognise, so welcome if you're new here. You're really welcome, and hello everybody else. Just closing your eyes down. We don't waste much time getting into the practice because it's a really short window. So just closing your eyes down, allowing yourself to land in your seat, in your body. And just first and foremost, giving yourself a little pat on the back for arriving in a space where you can just prioritize you for the next 10 or so minutes. And just recognizing how that feels. Sometimes you can turn up in these places and like, oh, I really should be doing that other bloody thing. I shouldn't be sat here doing this thing. Okay, you've made the decision to be here now, so be fully here. Mm. Some of you I know really like to have this as like a punctuation in your day. I know some of you are finding these sessions really useful in terms of healing and expansion. I'm just really grateful that you keep prioritizing yourself and keep turning up to come and look inward and how expansive that is. I just love this sense of as we turn the eyes inward, and I want you to do that with me now, turning your eyes inward into your internal world. And for me, when I turn my eyes inward, there's this like infinite space that opens up. It's like, it looks like the galaxies and the universe and the planets and the stars. And so perhaps just inviting you to try and experience the vastness of your internal world. And sometimes I think it can feel a bit scary that it's so vast in there. And I think a lot of us spend a lot of time, don't we, like trying to protect ourselves from these chasms of like falling off the edge of emotions or memories or, tripping down spaces we don't want to go. And because it somehow feels a bit scary, or we've had experiences before where we've maybe been on a journey with our mental health or something that's felt like you never want to go back there again. And so sometimes when you stood on the edges like this of looking into the vastness of the depth of who you are, it can feel a bit like, oh, I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I can handle seeing it all, you know? So just, floating in that vastness in a safe bubble and holding, completely safe in the vastness of your being. And just feeling that. What do you need to pull in towards you to feel safe in the vastness of your being? A lot of us are constantly looking externally for safe places to work, safe places to, you know, unfurl, safe places to be held. But quite often, and unless there is a sense of safety within yourself for you, then we can't really fully get that in our external world either. So just what do you need to feel really held in the vastness of your being? It could just be that you remember a teddy from when you were young, or something like a nice blanket that you like now, or just a feeling of like strength and power that you can sit in now. Maybe it wasn't so safe before because maybe you might have fallen off an edge, but just recognizing the strength and power within your heart, within your system, within your mind, the strength and power that's there, even when we're on the edges, even when we feel very vulnerable, almost at perhaps a point of crisis sometimes, we're still very powerful. And so just noticing in your system all of that power and strength, all of the ways in which you've helped yourself. You've got back up on your own 2 feet. You've helped yourself to make better decisions. Quite often we can beat ourselves up for getting it wrong. And in those moments, and even if it's just here now, like, let's focus on all the right choices. Let's focus on all the times you did make the right decision. And you might be like, oh, I always feel like I make the wrong decision. That is not true at all. If you always made the wrong decisions, you wouldn't be sitting here now. So just acknowledging all the ways in which you are good to yourself, kind to yourself, look after yourself, and create safety for you outside of anybody else. And quite often we can look to others to create that for us. I'm just wondering what's coming up for you as you sit with all of those words, as you sit with the vastness of your internal world. All the good you've done. All of the good decisions you've made. It's definitely not been a painless journey, not only joy-filled journey. Sometimes good decisions are really difficult ones, aren't they? But ultimately they lead to better things. So just noticing when there've been some tough decisions, but they've been your truth. And perhaps just noticing where there maybe needs to be some good decisions now. Some decisions that mean you're taking note of what happened before. Your actions line up with your learning. You're making different decisions right now, in the moment, day to day, moment to moment. That means you are taking care of yourself better. You're treating yourself with more love and respect and care, and celebrating that and recognizing where perhaps it needs to happen more. As you sit in the seeing of that universe that lies within you. And as you're there in that intergalactic space and this vastness, I'm going to suggest that we meet there in the vastness of your internal landscape. You welcome all of the circle that's here. We don't need to know who's on the call, just that we are here gathered in your vast being, hand in hand, and how, as we gather, those universes and they all mingle into one, all into the same kind of thing. We are not the only one doing these types of work. There are many of us just tapping into this peace. Recognizing the oneness of all of that scope. And if you're not already feeling an opening at your heart, I invite you to really open your heart and feel a love pouring in. It happens for me as soon as I get on these calls with you, that my heart feels so much love, so much intensity in my heart space. And I really hope that that's there for you too, pouring in. Mm. Receiving that. Mm. Mm. Just holding all of that love in our hearts as everybody drifts back to their own space. Start to bring that vast universe back into the body. As we start to bring our attention back into our body, maybe you want to rub on the arms or the legs, belly or chest, just starting to bring yourself back into your body, maybe giving yourself a nice hug, bringing the palms together, making them nice and warm, and slowly allowing the light to return in from behind those warm palms when you're ready. Thank you for being here, sharing these lovely spaces with us. I hope you feel refreshed and take that on to your rest of your day. Don't forget to journal. And the only thing I wanted to say was, I don't know if you're on my mailing list or not. I'm going to put a link in here because it's where I'm advertising everything that I'm doing, and I'd love to work with you all so much more. Have a great rest of the day. Loads of love.